Everything started when I was born. I was born with ADHD. It's a mental disorder in the brain, which is a special needs. It turns a child or a person into a special needs person. So I went to school, and my school told my mother that they couldn't take care of me, that I wasn't going to be anyone in my life because I simply didn't have the education that I needed to have. I needed to be put in a special needs school to treat my illnesses. I couldn't read, I couldn't speak like the other kids. I was the last one in my grade to learn how to even write my name because I was so tardy in my education. And so because of bullying, I suffered a lot with depression. And I even changed my name legally because I thought that maybe if I changed my name, then they would stop bullying me, but nothing solved the problems. I started to have imaginary friends. At first, they were my friends. I really wasn't afraid of them. They would tell me that they were going to take care of me, they were going to be my friends, that I didn't need to have friendship outside of them, outside of our group. And I didn't only see one, I saw multiple of them. I would see them at night under my bed. I would hear them. They would talk to me. They would move my toys around, and I would tell my parents that my toys were electronic. They could move, and they would say, no, you're just imagining that, but they're not. I would spend large portions of my night awake, days at a time if I didn't have medication, and that's when I would play with them. I would spend time with them. I would eat with them. I would wake up. I would sleepwalk. So when I did sleep, I would walk around the house, and I could feel that they were guiding me through the house. I wasn't afraid of them. They didn't scare me at first. They weren't fearful. And they made me feel actually very warm and very close to them. They took me in under their wing, and instead of being my friends, they turned on me. They started being fearful and scary, and they would frighten me, things that they weren't before. Because of insomnia, I was under a lot of medication, so my doctors would tell my mother that it was just a side effect from medication.
These words that I read,
the radio of the Universal Church came on, and the person who was doing the program, he said, look, if you're going through a problem and you say, there is no way out for me, I might as well die, come here to this address. So he gave the address of the Universal Church, and that's when we arrived at the church. And so we got there at the church, and in the first week, all of a sudden, my mother, one day, she was at home with me and my grandmother, and she said, I forgot to give Jessica her medicine, and she's sleeping. And then a few days passed, and she would say, I forgot to give her her medication, and she's eating normally, and she's talking, and she's walking more, and she's, developing like a regular child. So in the first week that I arrived at the church, all of the problems that I had with my health were gone. And it was from night to day, the first day that I stepped into the church. As a child, I never again saw spirits or heard voices or anything like that, like depression, like in my case, insomnia, ADHD, which for the medics and for the hospital, for my teachers, for our family members, it was impossible for those things to have happened to us. I never again saw anything or heard any voices, paranormal activity. But at the same time, you still are growing. So I was very young. I was about 13, 14, 15, and I had many complexes with myself. I felt inferior to many people. And so they really helped me through everything. They took the time and they gave me everything, every guidance that I needed to have. And when they told us about that Holy Spirit, I was like, what is that? How can I have that? Because I want to go to heaven. So it was actually a purpose that we were doing in the church. And I said, I promised to God that I was going to do it, and I was going to do it perfectly, and I was going to keep my word. I did the purpose, and I followed through with my word, and I was seeking, and I was so thirsty for the Holy Spirit. And then on the last day of the purpose, I received the Holy Spirit. It was amazing. I was so fulfilled. I was like, this is the peace that I was looking for so long. And after that, it was just growing, and I kept on giving myself to God. So today I am completely normal. I'm cured from all the diseases that I had. I actually became an exemplary student. I won many awards in my school. I graduated top of my classes with honors and A's. Today I have peace. I am happy. I am fulfilled because of the Holy Spirit.